Welcome to Pagan Crafting. I'm your host, Kara. Today is the hashtag 12 Days of Yule. Today is December 23rd, and we're going to talk about the reflecting on the last years of my practice. So I'm thinking Magical Milestones, a little year in review. I have had quite a cool and interesting year, and I've got to share so much with you. Recap on so much happened this year, from cutting ties to letting go to coming out of the ashes and being reborn again. I haven't painted in years, and I just started painting again because of Pagan Crafting channel. I just started painting again a month ago, 2 months ago. Grimoire, so the Grimoire, October. So since October, I've been just trying to do some free-flowing, non-perfectionist, unstylized, unscripted, just whatever comes out in a natural flow. As long as I pick my color palette, that's what I've been having fun with. I've been really wanting to show that anybody can do art magic. So I have also been teaching more. I got invited to teach next year at a couple events. I also got invited back for retreat for 2 to 3 events in 2024 for retreats. And I'm going to be hosting again. I hosted the Wee Moon ceremony in the super full moon in August, and I put that on for a friend of hers. And I got invited back to do it again with her as well. With that, I got some other invitations for other day retreats and ceremonies. So it's opening up the doors to the direction where I need to go and where my business plan and where my life plan is. I want to have retreats. I want to heal people. I want to teach people. I want to have a lot of fun with a lot of people. And I want to just get people together and share the knowledge and have some fun with some witchy retreats. With that said, I went to also Witchstock this year. That is an Alberta, Canada thing. Witchstock, it only happens right now in Alberta, Canada. And you have to be an Albertan to attend or be a guest of an AWA, Alberta Witches Association member. So if anybody you want to come up, get a hold of me. You can be my guest. So, Witchstock was so cool. There's so many lessons, so many classes. There's so many witches of so many, from young witches to crone witches, from the new to the beginning. Even some crones were babies and babies had wisdom. So it was really, really cool mix of such an amazing array of people. Last minute, there was somebody who had to go due to family emergencies, and she was supposed to put a drumming ceremony, so I was requested to come in for that. So that was so exciting. We formed a circle of gratitude, and we went around 3 times and drummed for everybody, and it was just really cool, and I got to be a part of that, of Witchstock. So that was really, really, really cool, and I filmed as much as I possibly could, as you saw in my video. So I got to put together a Witchstock video for the AWA as well, so that was an honor. A lot of foraging I've been doing this year. Every year I forage, but the past 3 years has been more than ever. And my apothecary is getting so pure. So some of my reflections in my practice is that I'm really, really pleased how pure my apothecary is getting. And I'm finding a lot of witches that grow their own herbs as well. So I did a lot of trading this year. So lots of trades, lots of cool things. I traded some salves that I made for the land to come and pick dandelions. I brought back perfume of lavender and lilac, I believe it was. And healing salves that I made, I would trade for coming on to the people's property outside the city and be able to harvest naturally, not in the city limits of pollution. So teaching a lot more this year has happened. I've mentored a couple people this year, and one has stuck with me to the end. One was, I think that's all they could learn at this point in time for them. And the other one is just a sponge. Both equally curious and enjoyable people to teach, so thanking them. What else here? I've really focused a lot more on art magic this year. I am going to be showing you a lot more in 2024. A lot more what goes on behind the scenes. I do a lot more in-depth art magic than I show you. So I think it's time for me to bring that out. So I've been planning a lot of this year and getting ready for next year. So pretty excited about that. What else here? I started also besides starting painting, I finally got my budding geared. I'm going to be starting my sigil oracle cards. I have hundreds of sigils that I've designed for my short videos, and I've kept them all, and I'm going to put them all on oracle cards, and I have about 320 printed cards that were a misprint. I've made 2 sets of oracle cards. One was Whispers of the Moon, and one was, what was the other one? Whispers of the Moon. Unlocking Secrets and Doors. And then we have Whispers of Romance. Now, what they did on the Whispers of the Moon cards, some of these cards have like straight up full-blown moons on them, but some of them will have cards like with a full moon or a quarter moon, half moon. But they forgot to put the lettering on it. They just printed the moon on it. So I thought I could make those into sigil cards. So I've been working on those plans to work that out. I find my foraging, I've really been pressing a lot of plants too, so I might be adding those to my oracle cards. I'm not sure if I'm just going to do a mixed media, which I'm hoping for will probably be the way to go. And while I was foraging a lot this year, I started plant profiling. So I designed a plant profile page, which I've shared on every time I've done made a salve or anything. I've shown you that page, and you can get that on my Etsy store as a PDF download too if you want to make your own. So I started every plant that I foraged for starting this May this year. I started profiling them because I am working towards a book. I hope to have it done in a couple years, but it's going to take a few seasons to finish it. So I would like to just start off with Alberta, Canada first for the area that I foraged for. And then I'd like to make another book and expand it to the other provinces and then the rest of the country. But for now, I'd like to choose different herbs and plants and trees that I forage for that I use for magical and medicinal uses, because there's not a lot of books that have both of them in. Usually they just have one or the other. It'd be all medicinal or all magical, but you never really find one together. And I'm an artist, so I pay someone to illustrate my books. So I would like to work towards that. So this year has been not necessarily a learning year for me. It has been more a year of collection. I think that'd probably be more the way best I could reflect on this past year. Started painting again, foraging like crazy, profiling, working on oracles. I've expanded my inventory in my Etsy store. I find Pagan Crafting followers have pushed me to new limits with new ideas and new adventures. And I'm always trying to make it witchy when I do something crafty. So whatever I try to do, I do to make it witchy and make it fun. So trying to think of more of some magical milestones. I've been wanting to do a retreat for so long, and I just needed the space to do it and the land to do it. And this summer I got to do that in August at the super full moon, wee moon ceremony. And that was a huge milestone for me because we had 32 people. So that was the first circle I've ever been to that large. And I also got to drum. I got to do a sound cleansing. I got to teach. We got to teach a craft. We did surrender boxes. A surrender box is exactly what it is. You can surrender all your love to someone. You can surrender all that trauma away. You can write a little piece of notes. You have a little piece of paper. You write it on that or your little parchment. Curl it up. Put it in your surrender box. Decorate your surrender box. Paint it however you wish. Decorate it with items, colors that represent your emotions, and then you're going to surrender it into the fire. Or you can keep that box and reread those and remind yourself of what you need to do or what you love the most. What else did we do that was so cool? So that kind of helped take away any possible worries about me being nervous in front of that many people and drumming. So I'm almost finished one of my intermediate courses on shamanic journeying. I'm doing a lot of ancestor journeying right now, and I have so many lessons. I've never journeyed so much in my life. So finishing up that course would be amazing to do. It's an online course, so it is, I can take my time a little bit more, and I've needed to drum for other people. So any of you wish to drum in a circle and go for a journey, let me know. I need a few more people to finish off my class with. I gotta finish that up. I need a new drum too. I realized my drum in a crowd of people. Oh yeah, I also drum for a crowd of over 100 odd people. Oh my gosh, that's right. There was about 150 odd people I drummed for in a crowd in that circle. I was nervous. I just kept staring at the drum and I just walked. I just walked. My feet were cold on the grass and I just kept going. Oh, I was a little nervous. I couldn't look up at everybody. I was just trying to hold the beat. It was a little different than journeying drumming. But some really cool magical milestones this year. Every spell that I've created or made this year for myself has come true within 2 weeks to a month, and I've been really pleased with the progress and some of the different things I've been doing and implementing into my craft. I'm a nature witch, I'm an art witch, I'm a forest witch, green witch, whatever you want to call it, witch, but I like things very natural, and that's always been in my craft. Art witchery has always been in my craft. It's been a piece of me, a part of me since I was a child. Didn't know I was doing it then, but things were coming true as I was doing spells of art magicery back then. So again, I'm going to be bringing in a lot more to this channel, and that promise with that said to you. So reflect on my last years of practice. I just really want to thank you and reflect on such cool people and cute viewers and subscribers that I have in my life. The comments that you make are so inspiring and so kind, and boy, some of you just know how to make a girl feel special. My goodness. Thank you so very much. Well, I want to wish you an absolutely magical Yule, and I'll see you tomorrow in the next Yule, and we're going to do December 24th, and it's Yule Divination. Yule Divination crafts or charms, and I've picked divination, I've picked tarot. So I shall see you tomorrow.